If you hear the word AI or artificial intelligence, then you probably most definitely think about ChatGPT. However, what if I ask you how this generative AI really works? Would you be able to answer me? By talking with many different ChatGPT users, I've noticed that how people are amazed with this technology. However, most of them don't even know how this technology works. So in today's video, we'll be going over and trying to understand what is generative AI, how it works, and how this ChatGPT, Gemini, or even Claude AI was built. So let's build an AI together. Everything starts with training data. So what do you have to do is to gather as much information as possible. And it could be articles, could be books, could be anything regarding text, and pretty much download it inside your database. Most of AI companies usually download a big chunk of data from the internet. And what I mean from the internet, I mean the internet. Pretty much anything that is possible out there, such as videos, such as articles, or even Instagram posts, and what's crazy, even your Instagram comments. Because most of AI companies download a lot of different data from the internet, then these data and this information goes through a filtration process where pretty much they're trying to fact check all the information, and the information that is wrong, pretty much they're taking it out. After the filtration process, these information that has been downloaded, it is placed into this massive database, which pretty much acts like a memory for the AI models. After downloading a lot of different information and data from the internet, we have noticed that the information are presented in many different formats, such as text, videos, audios, and pretty much everything. And this is where the neural networks comes in. So the real question we should ask ourselves is pretty much, what is the deep neural networks? Well, in simple words, it is our own human brain that is created within the computer, which allows the computer to process information in many different ways, just like humans would do. So for example, humans can absorb a lot of different information by seeing, listening, tasting, or even touching and feeling. The same way goes to the computer. This is where the computer is designed in a way to absorb information from visual aspects, such as images or videos, from auditory, which is audios that are being played, or even textual, so text understanding. And as well, it goes to the tabular, pretty much understanding data in your own Excel spreadsheet. By understanding the deep neural networks, now we can put the focus on one of the networks, which is transformers. And no, I am not talking about Optimus Prime. Transformers is one of the most important parts when it comes to ChatGPT. And even the name GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. So what exactly is a transformer? Transformers is a part of deep neural network, which pretty much has a specific function of understanding textual data and contexts. So how does it work? Well, the main characteristic of a transformer is attention mechanism. This means that it puts a certain amount of focus onto certain words and keywords within a sentence, in which it can analyze and contextualize the context of the text. So transformers are pretty much divided into two different types, which you have the encoder and the decoder. The encoder focuses on processing the input, and the decoder is generating the response, which means the output. So based on that, we have pretty much generated our own AI chatbot. Now, if you're using ChatGPT, especially within the playground, then you probably or most certainly saw the word tokens. And what are really tokens? Tokens are building blocks that are specialized for certain keywords or words in order for the machine to understand. And the tokens can be divided into the words, subwords, or even characteristics. Also, tokens are significantly used within the training process because it breaks down the words and keywords into numbers so the computer can understand. Now, when it comes to responses, we know that computers' language is pretty much within numbers. So by breaking down the tokens and words into numbers, it is easier for the computer to match and find certain patterns between the words in order to generate a better and more precise response. We already have a whole AI. We've broken down the language into tokens. So let's go into the training process. And here our best friend is machine learning. For training, we have to look into both components, which is pre-training and fine-tuning. So pre-training, using the data that we gathered before, we are feeding the AI with all these data. This is where the models learn the language, patterns, context, understanding, and the knowledge across different topics. Put it in simple words, this is AI learning how to speak, understanding context, and learning everything that is accessible online in order to provide us with certain information. So the second part after pre-training is fine-tuning, meaning that we're correcting the errors of AI. So in simple words, after we are receiving an answer from the AI and we see that there is a mistake, then we can provide feedback in which AI uses machine learning to remember and correct errors, improve contexts or understanding of input, and adjust the grammar or its relevance. So with all that said, now pretty much we have a AI model ready to be deployed. So let's look at how these chatbots like ChatGPT generate responses. We have to start with interactions. Users create a prompt, pretty much a request for the AI. This is where the query will be broken down into tokens, so the AI can process this input. After understanding the context behind the prompt, it uses sampling methods such as greedy search, beam search, top K sampling to predict the next token or word that matches the context of the prompt. And based on that, it sends out the response that is contextualized towards the user's prompt. So, with all that said, now whenever you're going to use AI, think about what is happening behind the scenes of AI. Thank you for watching this video, and based on that, I will see you next time.